I wish I could fly just like you, little bird.
I'm Rummana, and this is today's story.
Today was such a beautiful day. This morning, I went for a peaceful walk in our family garden. The flowers smelled so sweet and the butterflies danced all around me. While I was walking, I heard a tiny bird chirping somewhere nearby. I looked under the leaves behind the flowers and all around the garden. I looked carefully until I found a little brown bird resting under a flowering bush. It looked tired and very young, but I was happy to see that it wasn't hurt. I wanted to help it, but I knew I shouldn't touch it or scare it. So I brought a little bowl of fresh water and some bird seeds. Then I quietly stepped back and waited. After a little while, the tiny bird became stronger. First, it stood up. Then it walked. Soon it began flapping its little wings. And before long, it flew onto a tree branch. I was so excited. The next morning, I ran back to the garden, but I couldn't find the bird anywhere. For a moment, I felt worried. Then I heard a familiar little chirp. I looked up, and there it was, standing proudly on a branch. It looked happier and much stronger. Seeing my little friend getting better made my heart feel full of joy. The little bird took its very first flight across the garden. After that, I couldn't stop smiling. I even ran through the garden, pretending I could fly just like my little bird friend.
Wait for me!
In my imagination, I soared high above the trees. The whole garden looked so beautiful from the sky. It felt like a wonderful dream. When I came back to reality, I looked up one last time. The little bird was flying happily into the distance. Watching it made my heart feel full of joy. Just then,
Hello, little one.
I heard a familiar little chirp. I looked up and smiled. My little bird friend had come back, and this time he brought two friends with him. They fluttered happily outside my window for a moment before flying off together into the evening sky. I smiled, placed my hand over my heart, and returned to my journal. Maybe he wasn't saying goodbye. Maybe he was saying, "Thank you." Sometimes the happiest endings aren't really goodbyes. They're knowing someone is happy, safe, and free. And that's today's memory in my journal. See you in my next adventure.